Worst case scenario is it's a Democrat. And so you say, that's a scenario where there's no winning option.
Yeah.
Like, victory is not a possibility on your timeline. So what you're doing is you're playing not to lose. You're hoping that we don't get the worst thing, we don't get the worst defeat condition, but you're not even really concerned about how we win. How do we get mass deportations? How do we get the rest of it? At least if you say, we're going to punish Republicans, like this administration needs to fail, everyone in it needs to burn down and be weakened by it, at least then there's a possibility in 28 that the Trump administration alum are so unpopular, even in a primary, that somebody else could actually emerge and then run. Because the biggest concern is that, look, we all know this, the party is consolidating around Vance or Rubio. The money, the actual party apparatus. And what they're going to try to do is make it so there isn't a competition. They're going to make it so that there's one clear guy, probably the Trump backs, someone from the admin like Vance or Rubio. That person's going to get 70% of the vote. There's going to be a bunch of also-rans, and they're just going to jam that guy through so he can campaign really without a primary fight throughout 27 and 28, and then, lock it up for the next 4 years. And so the biggest threat actually is that candidate will be too strong and suffocate any possible challenger, any dark horse, an outsider. And by the way, if we get an outsider, that might be your victory. That might be your victory condition, where it is someone who was from that Trump coalition, saw where it went wrong, wants to fulfill the promises of it without kind of rejecting the fundamental premise. Someone like that can emerge. And then, if that person wins, then maybe that person can actually deliver the victory.